Hello, and welcome to my Let's Play of The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. This is going to be a modded playthrough. I have a number of mods installed, mostly cosmetic stuff for NPCs and player. There are a few adding mods, weapons. There's a couple that make the cities a little more lively, a little more looking lived in kind of thing. A couple of them expand on the cities and towns. I'll put a list down below. I have played Morrowind back when it came out for the original Xbox, and then when the Game of the Year edition that came out, I played that as well. I've also played Oblivion and Skyrim, though this Morrowind holds a special place in my heart. It's probably one of my favorite games. And here goes. Each event is preceded by prophecy, but without the hero, there is no event. Suran, the Underking. In the waning years of the Third Era of Tamriel, a prisoner born on a certain day to uncertain parents was sent under guard without explanation to Morrowind, ignorant of the role he was to play in that nation's history.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison. First by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Our name is going to be Daedric Not. I am going for a dark elf build. Probably like a battle mage, spellsword kind of thing.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Come with you. Try to race him to the top of the plank here. I know my way around.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and it'll show you to the census office.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Like I said, I'm going to go with a dark elf, or Dunmer, as they called them also. Build, in the male. Let's see. Oh, kind of like that. It's kind of spooky looking. As you can see, one of the mods I have definitely puts better faces in there than the original few that you're able to choose from in vanilla Skyrim. A lot more faces, a lot more textures, a lot smoother. That's fancy. The bearded elf. Kind of makes him look fat in that last one. Imagine a piercing through your nose like that. That's kind of neat. The gemstone in the middle of the head. It's like 300 with the Persian Emperor. I kind of like that. I'll just kind of generic, but we'll go with that one. Go for here. I gotta say I'm kind of partial to like the white hair just because of playing Dungeons and Dragons as I grew up. Dark elves or drow in that case always had whitish hair. Kind of like that one. Yeah, we'll go with that. Skill bonuses over here. We've got Athletics, Destruction, Light Armor, Long Blade, Marksman, Mysticism, and Short Blade. Athletics, Destruction, Long Blade, and Mysticism are probably going to be utilized. I'm not usually really going to use Short Blade. I've never been a fan of Short Blades in this game. Marksman, never been a huge fan. There are some weapons that are fun to use, but they're kind of a niche thing, and I'm not don't care for it. Light armor, I'm going to go with heavy armor. I like the idea of a mage wearing heavy armor, walking into battle, and casting spells that way. So Ancestor's Guardian, get Sanctuary, 50 points for 30 seconds on self. That is usable once a day. And our Resist Fire is a built-in race ability. It is on all the time. Resist Fire 75%.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
I like how he says that no matter what race you choose. In the case of Dark Elves, I probably will fit in because this is the land of the Dark Elves.
Ah, yes. We've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Fill out the forms yourself. I like to pick my own skills because what they choose for you sometimes it's just not my thing generally. We'll go Destruction, Heavy Armor, Long Blade, and Alteration for our... Oh, one more. And Acrobatics for our major skills. Our minor skills are going to be Conjuration, Mysticism, and Restoration. I'll throw Alchemy in there. And Athletics. Combat Specialization. From what I've been told, depending on what you choose here, affects how quickly these skills increase. In the case of like Heavy Armor and Long Blade will increase quicker through Combat Specialization, versus if we went Magic, our Magic skills would increase quicker. And actually that's what I'm going to choose, because these ones will level up a lot quicker than our Magic skills.
Very good. The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
So the Apprentice is nice for a Magic build. Fortified Magicka, 1.5 times your intelligence. Gives you a good pool, but unfortunately gives you a weakness of Magicka to 50%, which can be killer at lower levels, but it's not too terrible to overcome once you start enchanting your own gear. The Atronach is probably the best for a straight out caster. The problem with it, in my opinion, is you're not able to restore your Magicka on resting. The only way to do it is either through potions or the spell absorption 50 points. It allows you to absorb magical energy that you get hit with to restock your pool. That one can get pretty rough if you're going pure caster. I'm not a big fan of it, so I probably won't be choosing that. The Lady's actually a useful one. Gives you a good boost to endurance, which starts off, or it affects your hit points and also your starting hit points, and that's pretty nice. The personality is also nice too, because everything, all your interactions are based off personality, and if you got a low personality, sometimes it can be pretty rough when you're trying to persuade people. The Lord, weakness to fire on 100%, and then you get a free once a day restore health thing, and that one's never been one of the ones I would ever choose. The Lover's kind of nifty, gives you a fortified agility, 25 points, which is nice. The skill or the power is you can paralyze somebody for 60 seconds on a target. Unfortunately, drains 200 of your fatigue points, and fatigue kind of affects everything from making potions to casting spells to jumping, swinging your sword. Pretty much anything you do requires having, good fatigue. So that one can be rough sometimes. The Mage is good, just, it gives you a boost to your magic about 0.5. So if you've got 100 intelligence, you'd actually have 150, which is pretty decent for no drawbacks. The Ritual, you get 2 turn undead abilities, and you're able to, one a day, restore health 100 points on self. The Serpent, you get a poison touch for 3 points for 30 seconds. Pretty decent damage. The bad part is you also damage yourself for 1 point for 30 seconds. So nothing I would ever choose. The Shadow is invisibility for 60 seconds on self. I've never seen the point of it other than maybe first level, because especially if you're playing a mage character, you'll get access to invisibility and chameleon spells that are better, and this is only once a day, so it's not even that special. The Steed is a good one. Fortifies your speed 25 points right out of the gate. No drawbacks, and lets you run around a little quicker. The Thief gives you Sanctuary 10 points, which I believe Sanctuary just blocks 10 points of incoming damage. Not positive on that. I'd have to look more into what Sanctuary is. I really don't remember. The Tower gives you a Detect Animal, Enchantment, and Key, 200 feet for 60 seconds on self, which those can be handy when you're trying to find, you're in a dungeon and you're trying to find, something buried at the bottom of a pool in the middle of the dungeon in the dark, to kind of give you an idea roughly where it is. And the open 50 points on touch is okay, but the fact that it's once a day just kind of makes it less useful. And the Warrior, Fortify Attack, 10 points. It's straight out if you're playing a melee character. That's kind of, gives you 10 points right off the back. I'd probably pass on that. I'm going to go with the Mage to just give us a little boost in our magicka.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Alright, so our name is Daedric of Asari, Dark Elf, class is Battle Mage, and I chose the Mage as that. Starting health is 45, our magicka is 75, which is good, and fatigue is 160. Strength 50, intelligence 50, and speed 50, 30s for willpower and personality, and endurance and luck are both 40. We're gonna definitely want to start boosting our willpower quickly, because a lot of our skills require willpower. But there's a few intelligent ones. So 45, 30, 35, 35, and 30. So we got boosts to our destruction, long blade, and alteration based off our race. The other ones are not. Same with here. We only have one that got a boost based off our race. The rest are set at 20. And then you can see down here our miscellaneous skills. When these increase, they do not affect us leveling up. It's only when our major or minor skills increase. Does it affect us leveling up? And those are our abilities. And these are the spells that we know right from the get-go. So I believe that what you know is based off what your skills are up here. That if your skill is high enough, you get a free spell or two on the schools that correspond to them.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
And that's basically for the release by Uriel, or Emperor Uriel Septim the Seventh's decree to the district of Vardenfell in the province of Morrowind. And that's us, that's that. Sign Socius Ergala, agent of the Seyda Neen Imperial Census and Excise, 16th last seed, 3rd era, 427. We'll have an inventory. And that's it. And we can read our papers. I used to like to steal this platter when I first started. What you do is you pick it up and quickly drop it before the guard gets over to you, and you're able to keep it and then sell it later for a good chunk of change, because it's worth 650 gold, whereas most things are worth barely anything at all. So that was
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celos.
Learn to pick up the dagger on the table. Dagger. Equip the dagger. Dagger's got F to pull out the weapon. Once the weapon's ready, hold and release the left mouse button to swing it. The harder you swing it, the more damage it does, but the more fatigue you'll drain. So, paper, letters, books, and scrolls can be read by equipping them. You can eat ingredients by equipping them on the character in the inventory screen. Ingredients have different properties. Some may hurt you, and some may help you. We have a piece of bread, and it restores your fatigue. And we also have crab meat, which also restores your fatigue, but also has other hidden values that were not shown to us because our alchemy skill is too low. Is acts as a potion, as I believe it's a type of liquor if you read the in-game description. For 60 seconds, it boosts willpower and strength 20 points. It has no negative drawbacks, so it's actually one of the better alcohols or potions in the game. I'm going to take this stuff so I can sell it. Here's a light source. You equip it with a torch. Problem is it blocks the heck out of your screen. There's a lockpick. You equip it just like you would a weapon. Second try. 31 gold. Take it. Silver stuff. Book. This is another alcohol. It fortifies strength 20 points, but also drains willpower, and I believe the other hidden effect is also a negative. Take all that, because it's going to restore fatigue. Same with that stuff. We'll be making restore fatigue potions. Because our fatigue is, like I said, it affects everything we do. Here's a bed that we can rest at. Beds can be used in rest in public buildings. Press T to rest when out in the wilderness. So if you're in a building or like inside a town, you cannot rest. Since resting here is illegal, you'll need to find a bed. You can wait to pass time, but it does not count as resting. You can only rest in a bed inside a town or city. That's what beds are for. A lot of beds are illegal to use, and you can be charged for it and kicked out of guilds because you accidentally rested in the wrong person's bed. Or it's kind of silly, but just taking all these ingredients, we'll kind of sort through them as we make potions later. That's one thing that about this. Morrowind that I like better in like Skyrim. you don't know that this is empty, whereas the other ones will tell you that it's empty, so you don't waste your time by clicking on it. You now have a map. There's your map, and there's our world map. You notice I have one of the mods I have installed adds extra lands to Morrowind. I haven't really explored them much myself, so I can't tell you exactly what they are, but yeah. For the most part, we're going to be focused on this central island here, and then Solstheim up here when we do the Blood Moon DLC. And we got an engraved ring of healing and 2 soul gems. You have a magic menu. When you see you have all powers, spells, and magic items, like all menus, are to ready magic. So if we want to use this ring, we would click on it here, or we could, to equip it, we'd drop it on us. If we'd like to use it, we'd have to click on it here, and then we do that, cast it, and heal us if we use it like that. Fire Bite, Shield, and Water Walking are known spells, as I said. Magic use, and their magic use, and then the chance of success. And then down here, the cost and the charge, so we can use this total of 4 times, because it costs 5 every time we use it. And this is our once a day power. We use it, we won't be able to use it again until the next day. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrivals only reached me yesterday. I am Celis Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. Background. I am Celis Gravius, a knight-errant of the Imperial Legion. Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Euroseptum VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man. Before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor, so be careful attention. Our duties? Duties. This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Casades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Casades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and a dispersal to your name. Journal updated. Directions to Caius has been added, and a package for Caius has been added. And 87 gold has been added to our inventory. Euroseptum. Yes, Euroseptum is still the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Emperor that's the way the Empire works. Silence, secrecy. Let not the left hand know what the right hand is doing. The Empire? Yes, the Empire. Yes, of course, this is the Empire. This is Vardenfeld's district of the province of Morrowind. Morrowind has been part of the Empire for over 400 years. The current Emperor is Euroseptum, 24th of the 7th in line. You haven't been in prison that long, have you? Nothing wrong with your head, is there? Men said you were acting a little strange when they brought you in from the ship. Your trade? I am a knight-errant of the Order of Ebonheart and an Imperial emissary attached to the Census and Excise Office here in Seyda Neen. Morrowind? Yes, I already did that. Imperial. I'm proud to be an Imperial. Though our legions and rule of law, we've brought peace and civilization to the provinces of Tamriel. Caius Casades? Report to Caius in Balmora. I can't tell you where to find him, but you are to go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for him. Someone there will direct you to him. Balmora? Balmora is north of Seyda Neen. The roads pass Pelagiad village and Fort Pelagiad, crosses the deep ravine, passes Fort Moonmoth, then turns west across the Ode River into Balmora. The Southwell Corner Club is in the southeast Balmora and on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Alone and the scout at Ariel's Trade House here in Seyda Neen. Take my advice. You're new here. Take the Silstrata to Balmora. Fast, cheap, safe. Cross the bridge and head west. You can't miss it. Alright. So, another thing that I like to do, I got a key right here, warehouse key. I try to steal that too, and drop it before he came and took it from me, but that one was a little harder than that plate because he was so close to you. And then you can get into here, kind of loot stuff. That's a mod I added. I'm going to put the plate. I'm leaving the ring because it basically allows free teleportation. I'm just going to try not to use stuff like that. Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive in the time of day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before the weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual in a grave healing ring. Family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? Yes, I found it here. Take it. You found it? Amazing. Thank you. You know we're my favorite friend. You are now my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Errol, who will run the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now. Background? I am Fargoth, commoner. Latest rumors. I've heard there's some trouble up in Fort Frostmouth. Never heard of it? It's on the island called Solstein, north of Vardenfell. Kinda crazy that they give you the Blood Moon DLC hook as soon as you walk out the door. I think they should be tied to your level. When you're higher level, that's when the hook should start appearing. But little advice: don't expect the natives to take to you right away. Colonists like us, outlanders, settlers from the other provinces, more open and friendly at the start. Then maybe, when you do a few things, get your name around, gain a reputation, then the locals will open up a little. Stick to your own kind to start, and it'll go a little easier. Little secret? If you're thinking of traveling up country, near Share Gorad, or out Molag Mar way, or inside the Ghost Fence, you need to know about Corpus. It's a disease that turns normal creatures into beasts. It turns men into twisted, mad lumps of flesh, superhumanly strong and full of hatred. You get Corpus from fighting with diseased creatures. It's hard to get Corpus, but harder to get rid of it. In fact, I hear there is no cure. Your trade? I'm a commoner. I do whatever needs doing. Cooking, cleaning, building, baking, breaking, and by your exit, I can tell you are an outlander. Since you're new to these parts, perhaps you'd like to share a little local lore. Talked about your ring. Services. Get food and sundries from Arl's Trade House. That's also where you'll find anyone who offers training. Not much else in the way of services in this damn little squat. I'm not going to talk about Solstein. Someone in particular, the Altmer Arl runs Arl's Trade House. Sokius Orgala is the chief agent of the Sensice and Nexus office. The Altmer are the High Elves, by the way. In specific place, not much here. Arl's Trade House, the Sensice and Nexus office. That's the Coast Guard too, and a lighthouse. And that's it. Illustrator service goes to Vivec, Balmora, Gnisis, and Suran. Occasionally, ships travel to Pelagiad, Ebonheart, or the mainland. The road goes north past Pelagiad to Balmora, and east to Vivec, and southeast to Ebonheart. Alright.
Greetings and salutations!
Greetings. So with that, I am going to call it a day, and we'll pick up right here.